What's going on there, fellow YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to P&Q, the question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or put comments and I respond the following week. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can put your comments or questions down below in that comments place down there, or you can email me for an anonymous response, i.e. well, you'll be anonymous unless you say so. And you do this by emailing me at miniwarzone@gmail.com. I'll put a link in the video description below so it's cool. I've had emails this week and I've got the traditional video question. That's Stephen over at the Spider's Web, Spider666. He started this, it seems. Asks a question to you guys, and you can use it in your Q&As, and that's a really good idea, I think. Nice one, Stephen. I'll call you Stephen and Ali. We'll start with you, actually. Spider666 on your episode of, what's it called now? Chat Brew and a couple of cats. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Laddie is, you know, kind of shirking his responsibilities and someone's delegating to the cats. So what's going on there? Is he, or is he just super busy? He could be busy, couldn't he? He's got a lot. It's a lot of time consumption taken up being that awesome. Anyway, that's enough of me. I've had some coffee, as you might tell. Spider666 says, and when I say that I mean the two of you are asking, what kind of takeaways do you have in your area? Would I recommend it or them? What kind of takeaways do we have around here? Well, I can tell you this. Within walking distance, actually, Chinese takeaways, right? They seem to be the most common. They seem to be more common around here than houses. And within walking distance of my home, when I say walking distance, I mean walking distance, I could probably walk it on a good day. There are at least half a dozen Chinese takeaways. 2 Indian takeaways, one takeaway / restaurant. We've got kebab house, we've got a couple of pizza places, we've got Domino's Pizza, we've got Papa John's, we've got KFC, good old Colonel Sanders. What else have we got? We've got pasty shops, chip shop up the road. Would I recommend them? Some of them I would, some of them I wouldn't. The chip shop up the road is convenient and their chips are okay, but I don't like the batter they use on their fish and things like that. It's a bit too, I don't know, it makes you feel a bit sickly. It's like, I don't know what kind of butter they use, but it's not to my taste. That's an in-joke. It's not to my taste. Only one person, 2 people in the world will get that. Yeah, got some awesome Chinese takeaways, and it's awesome because, I don't know, it's the technology. They got you phone through and they know who you are, and you're addressed by your phone number. It seems weird. I don't know. So that's a thing. What else is there? Got some more healthy ones as well. The ones that sell like the baguettes and the sandwiches and all that kind of thing. Yeah, pizza places. There seems to be quite a few of those, and I'm just trying to think. There's no one. It depends what I feel like at the time. I suppose Chinese is probably, no, I suppose the chippy is the most common form of takeaway for us as a family. But that said, don't go there that often. It's got to be a real tough day for us to do that kind of thing. We just can't. Nobody can be bothered to cook, and it's like, oh, let's just get chips. Yeah, okay. And the other thing is we're trying to be a bit healthy, all of us now as well. So we're onto the salads. I don't eat chips anymore. No chips, no crisps. Crisps, that's my biggest bane, my biggest downfall. I can't recommend. There's no one that stands out. It depends what I'm feeling, like what mood I'm in. But Chinese is very handy because you get those little tubs, and they're well handy for the hobby, aren't they? The little plastic containers, you know, to keep bits in or clean your brushes out. I use the deeper ones for the Dettol baths. I just put the Dettol in, the plastic minis in, leave it overnight, then just scrub it off in the little plastic thing. It's cool, well cool. But I think I've gone off on a bit of a tangent there. But yeah, no, I can't recommend any one in particular. But yeah, I mean, they're all good. Indian is okay. I don't often feel like Indian because it's quite pricey down here, and you don't seem to get as much meat content in the dishes that I like, as opposed to the Chinese ones seem to do a bit more meat. I like my meat. So that kind of doesn't answer your question in a roundabout way, but I kind of have though. Okay, next email, well, first email, because that was a video question, but I hope that answers you satisfactorily. So on to the first email. Just a quick question, Pete. Are you struggling with Astra Militarum August? LOL. Only kidding. Okay, serious question now. Alright, I'll come on to that. Yeah, I am struggling with Astra Militarum. Is it Militarum or Militarum? I don't know. I say Militarum, you say Militarum. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm slowly but surely doing it. I am. But yeah, you're right. It is taking longer than it should. Maybe I shouldn't do two kind of painting challenge things in a row. I don't know. Okay, anyway, serious question now. Have you ever regretted buying anything in the hobby? That's a good question. I don't know. Have I ever regretted buying anything in the hobby? I think I've had that question in the past. I've certainly regretted not buying things in the hobby, and then it's no longer available. Or you just can't get hold of it anywhere. I suppose the only things I've regretted buying are those. I mean, and please tell me I'm not the only one to have fallen for it, like first time round at least. The old eBay Pro painted miniature. And when you get it, there's like his eyes down here, and there's like lips there, and there's a terrible print. You just gotta strip it and start again. And models. I bought a Chopsticks spider. Not this one. It's actually over there. It was assembled and primed, but man, did it have all the mould lines and the bits of sprue where it was attached. Still, it's just a nightmare. It would have been quicker just to buy it, build it and paint it myself, but I thought I'd try and save a few quid, you know. But no, there's not been anything I've regretted buying as such. Everything I've got, I'm happy I've got. Yes, I did sell my bolt action stuff. I suppose that was the closest thing I regretted, but I don't really regret it. I just thought, I'm not into it anymore. I need the funds for other stuff. And yeah, and I'm going to be selling some stuff on eBay myself soon to finance my next projects in the hobby. Anyway, next one. Hi Pete, can you name 3 board games from your childhood that have that special nostalgia something? That's a good question. That's a great question. And that one came in fairly last minute. So I haven't really had a lot of time to think about that. Because I used to play, you know, when I was a kid, when I was a lad, board games was the thing, you know, to entertain ourselves. And to begin with, I mean, computers weren't really around in households like they are now. was some time before we got computers, like personal computers. Free board games. I could name way more than 3 board games, my friend. I'm trying to think. I'm going back to a time where my best friend and I used to go around, I used to cycle around his house after school most evenings. Occasionally come around to mine, but I don't know, I was just so used to it. I enjoyed the cycle. And yeah, I mean, we'd play games like Monopoly. Now I know that's not it's not a game I play nowadays, but I know that's not people's thing. But for us, it was more about who could cheat the best. So I've got a lot of special nostalgia emotion attached to that, because we were trying to cheat each other left, right and centre on that game. It was hilarious. Yeah, so Monopoly, everybody knows that, so Monopoly. Then we used to play a game called Escape from Colditz as a board game. I don't know if you remember that, or I think it might have been revamped recently or something or other, I don't know. And I could never win at that. I could never beat him when he was the Germans, my friend. When I was the Germans, he always used to escape. I was crap at it. I was crap. But I used to like that game because it was like such a challenge. I want to beat you at this game, but I never could. And then his dad would play us sometimes, and he would be the Germans, and neither of us could escape. So it was, yeah, it was. So Monopoly, Escape from Colditz, and oh, I got another good one that we used to play a lot. It's a game called Totopoly, the horse racing game. We just used to play a lot of that, bet on it, like the sort of bets that kids do, you know, like, oh, if you lose this game, it means you love Claire, what's her name, you know, that kind of thing, and you go, oh yeah, alright then, you know, that kind of childish, infantile mentality that you have when you're a boy, that I had when I was a boy. Anyway, but yeah, okay, so that's a nice, easy one. Next one says, hi Pete, here's some questions for your next P&Q. Some questions. Do you have a favourite member over at Mini Wargaming? And then in brackets it says past or present, and if so, why? Favourite member. It's a good question because they've had a lot of people come and go over their years. Now, thinking. I think from the old days, Jay was my favourite mini wargamer from the past. At the moment, I've got 2 that I quite like. I quite like Steve, and I like, what's he called, Lee? The painter, the one that does a lot of painting. I mean, Chris is good. I mean, Chris is a great painter. I wouldn't say he's my favourite personality. Yeah, I like his personality. He's got like a very calm, relaxed manner about him, which always puts me at ease when I watch his tutorials. But I think he's called Lee. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Forgive me. But he's growing on me because he seemed a bit standoffish when he first started there, and he's kind of coming more out of his shell as time goes by, and I don't know, it's good to watch people grow, and that's one for me. And Stevie's just got a general good egg personality type thing about him. So, but from the old days it was Jay, because in the old days the main 3 other than Matt and Dave were Jay, Owen and Dan. I wasn't overly struck on Dan because it was boring watching the battle reports where he was in, because he never used to win. Well, not the ones I saw anyway. Owen, yeah, I didn't really like his personality that much. He grew on me eventually after he left Mini Wargaming. But yeah, it took me a while to warm to him, but I did eventually. But yeah, so I'll say Jay, and from the past, and Lee. I think he's called Lee from present day. Well, I'll say Steve. I got to pick one. I'll say Steve. Jay and Steve. Right. Next question by the same person, by the way. Do you play any Warhammer computer or app store games? No, I don't. I don't play any computer or app games. I don't even have any games on my phone. I might have inbuilt ones, but I'd never play them. Just not interested. Don't play a computer. Well, I've got a computer, obviously, but I think the last game I played it was a game of chess about a year ago. Honestly, I don't play computer games. Right, what are your thoughts? This is the next question. Same person. This is the last email, by the way. What are your thoughts on a hypothetical Games Workshop giving the green light for the production of a Warhammer 40k movie? And are there any big names in Hollywood that you'd like to see bringing the Warhammer world to life? Great question. That was the coaster sticking to my mug. It's falling onto my desk. It's picked it up, didn't it? Yeah. Anyway, ooh, big names in Hollywood. I think Manu Bennett would be a good Space Marine. You know, the guy that used to play Crixus in Spartacus and plays Alanon in the Shannara Chronicles. He'd be a good Space Marine. He's a rugged, you know. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He could play an old grizzled sergeant or something like that. That'd be brilliant. Yeah. Oh yeah. And Stallone as well. Those two could be like an old captain and a sergeant or whatever. Or even stick him in a dreadnought. Like, but you just see him occasionally when they I don't know, service it or whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. They'd be good. I think Hugh Jackman would make a good like Cadian soldier or sergeant or something. Oh. Chris Hemsworth. Could be a space wolf or something like that. Yeah, oh. Yeah, there's a few for you anyway. Thank you for your question. That's a great question. Right, we're on now to the comments that were left from last week. Or questions, I don't know. Soul Assassin. He says, cool video as per usual. I have a question. What inspires you in your life for hobby stuff and general life? For hobby stuff, it's all you guys. You inspire me. General life, my wife, I guess. She's the most inspirational person I know. Yeah, my wife for general lifetime, real life stuff. And for hobby, all you guys out there. Idic Beer. Okay, he says, nice vid as always, Pete. I always see Nids as Starship Troopers, all those spiky bugs. Such an epic film. The first one, of course. Anyway, a question, and I think I'm scraping the barrel here, lol. Can you use chopsticks, or are you a spoon person? I can use chopsticks, not very well, but well enough to... I insist on using them if ever I go to, and I don't do it very often, a Chinese restaurant or somewhere like that. I like to try and be as authentic as I can. That plus it takes me longer to eat my meal, and you know, I don't pick my food so much. But obviously home I use spoons, knives, forks, all that kind of thing. But if I'm out in a restaurant, like a Chinese restaurant, I always insist on using the chopsticks because I don't know, I just like it. I can use them, but not brilliantly, you know. But I can use them. Okay. Next question. And it's from Who Took My Dice Miniature Wargaming. Great channel, by the way. He says, great video. Question. If money was no object, what army would you build? I'd build a Forge World army. Yes. Probably, I don't know, Forge World Tyranid army, or maybe a Forge World Imperial Knight army. Yes. When I say army, I'd have, you know, 10 of them or something stupid like that. I don't know. Or a Forge World. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, but it would be Forge World. Just because it's more expensive, and for this question, money's no object, so I'm going to have it. Why not? Ooh, the Zen Temple Music says, here in Canada it's starting to get chilly, but this is gorgeous weather compared to the horrific heat of the last month. I might think differently if it rained constantly like it does there, but fall is the best season in Canada, then the awesome winters. Well, I take your word for that, my friend, because I am not living in Canada, but I would sure love to. Your seasons sound great, but for here, any sun is welcome. Any sun is welcome. Okay, we're on to... yeah. Way around. So I'm just trying to sort my papers out. Frost and Fist is next. Okay, great video, Pete. I definitely agree on the Gene Stealers. Infiltrate, Initiative 6 and AP3 is like squads of power sword for dirt cheap. Yep. It's enough of a threat to that destroy a lot of stuff on the field. Sorry if I didn't say that quite right. But yeah, Gene Stealers for sure. Because we're talking about, you know, the fluffy game scenario. Fluffy v Fluffy, right? Obviously you can't do it in competitive stuff, we know that. Things may change in the future though, you know? But yes, Gene Stealers. My question for next time, what is your favourite model from the new Deathwatch releases? Oh, excuse me for being a bit wheezy as well, I think it's the humidity. I have to admit, each time that I see a Corvus Blackstar, the old 80s song, I've been thinking about you, it pops into my head. Thinking about you, yeah. Right, my favourite model. Well, I quite like the Venerable Dreadnought, but I know it's just like a normal Dreadnought, but I just like Dreadnoughts. But I think for me it'd be the Librarian in Terminator armour. There's a Librarian in Terminator armour and he's got that, you know, I don't know, something about that. The Watch Captains are quite good, but yeah, the Librarian, the one in Terminator armour, is on their website. Drake's War Channel says, my question to you is the same I will ask of Vidic Beer when I reply to his video. What are your views regarding multi-level terrain, such as the upper floors in buildings accessed by stairs, ramps, ladders, etc.? Have you played many games on city fight boards of that nature? Are upper floors a desired feature in terrain design for you? I haven't played any city fight board games. I've got some tokens for city fight games. But yeah, I like terrain that's got upper floors. It looks good. Yeah. Depends on the scenario, I suppose. You know, what planet you're trying to copy, or what sort of planet. If it's ruined imperial city or some such thing, yeah, sure, some of the buildings are gonna have upper floors. And another thing I wish Games Workshop would make is a kit that you could make an intact building out of, because they only make ruined buildings, don't they? But I would like to see an intact building, or a kit. Yeah, I appreciate it would be quite expensive, because what I want is one that would make multiple buildings or multiple designs, sort of like a Lego. You can make what you want, but complete with, you know, 2 or 3 floors in. Yeah, I would like to see a complete building. and I'd like to see I'd like to see boards of with only a couple of ruins in. Maybe just one area has just been bombed or something. Who knows? But yeah, I like the idea of that. I do. Hope that answers your question. And the last question, so you can go and have your tea after this. Tattoo for you. Hey there, buddy. He says, "Go on, buddy. Sorry for the hard stumper questions lot. She has about 13 Hormagaunts and 12 Gene Stealers. No Carnifexes yet. I like the idea of testing it out." Yeah, that's what you got to do. Question: would you ever play in a tournament? If so, what army would you take, and would it be more fluffy, fun, or super competitive? Then another question: which would you prefer, a beach house or a quiet secluded cabin near a lake as a getaway? Right, well, let's go back to the would I ever play in a tournament? Yes, of course I would. I would like to play in a tournament someday. I've never done it before. What army would I take? Probably Necrons. I don't know them very well, but probably Necrons. Necrons or Tyranids. Would it be more fluffy, fun, or super competitive? Well, I can do fluffy and fun at home. So if I'm going in a tournament, I'm going to be as competitive as I can. Cheese factor 11. Absolutely. And last of all, which would you prefer? A beach house or a quiet secluded cabin near a lake as a getaway? Quiet secluded cabin near a lake every time. Perfect. Yes, with no technology. And I'd get away there for months at a time, and the house would have a little bit of like a little bit of land around it that grows its own food as well, and I would live there totally self-sustained for the amount of time that I'm there. That would be cool. Next to a lake, it's got to be just perfect for me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so yes, quiet. I like the quiet too. Quiet, secluded cabin near a lake. 'Cause I don't want to be around loads of other people. Just a few of us. Yeah, I'll do. We can, I don't know, take some board games, just chill out. Maybe even set up a game of Warhammer. Who knows? Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all the questions. Thank you so much for asking them. It's been a blast. I'm actually recording it later today. It is Friday still, but it's getting on. It's dark outside. I've just been so super busy today. It's been really, really busy. And a few issues with doctors and prescriptions and cocking things up, and don't want to hear about that. Anyway, it just took up a lot of time today. So that's it. That's the questions done. Thank you, like I said, thank you for asking me your questions. I know it's difficult sometimes to always think of questions. You don't always have to think of a question. If you just want to just leave a comment, that's fine. Sometimes people leave comments, and that's cool. I'm not great at expanding on comments, but I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to get better at that sort of thing. So if you just want to leave comments, that's fine as well. But if there's something you genuinely want to know, ask away. I'll tell you to the best of my ability. Anyway, thank you so much. I cherish each and every one of my subscribers. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Until the next time, remember, all brushes lead to war. Bye for now.